Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sally Buemi, the third selectman here in North Haven, and welcome to Speaking Freely with Sally. I started this TV show because I wanted to highlight the many things that are going on in town by great people, nonprofits and some businesses who are doing wonderful things to make our town a better place. And I am thrilled tonight to have with me Jerry Giordano, the president of the North Haven Garden Club. Welcome, Jerry, to my show.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're quite welcome. I remember the North Haven Garden Club in the 1960s, growing up here in town, and very fondly. They used to invite kids to come to some meetings and teach us about gardening. They were in the basement of the North Haven Congregational Church on the Green. So I have fond memories of your organization. So tell me, how long have you been a member?
I've been a member for 60 years.
60?
60.
Wow. Wow. So you may very well have, when I was a little girl, might have shown me a little bit about gardening. And how long have you been president?
This is my third term in between as president.
Okay.
I was president three different times.
3 different times.
Yes.
Wow. And so when was the North Haven Garden Club first formed?
1954. It was organized by Lois Stover and her friends. They started the North Haven Garden Club. You
know, Lois Stover just passed away,
yes.
Sadly, just a couple of months ago at the age of 100. I had the honor of meeting with her, so you must have known her for
yes.
many years.
Oh, yes. We celebrated her 100th birthday.
She was a great North Havener.
Yes.
How many members do you currently have right now?
Right now we have 32 active members.
32. Okay, and what do you have some sort of mission statement or goals? What is your mission for the North Haven Garden Club?
To educate the public, to educate children, and to beautify the town of North Haven.
So, do you have juniors or children can be part of the group, or do they have their own?
They have their own. We have a junior garden club.
Okay, and they work with you?
We have a chairman, and we have members that work with the children. They meet every Saturday from April through, I would say, October.
Well, that's fantastic because that's a great outlet for kids to learn about nature, about gardening, and about different plants. When do you have your meetings for the North Haven Garden Club?
The second Thursday of every month, and we do not meet in July or August.
Right. I guess that's so many people are on vacation.
Yes.
It's probably hard to get everybody together. So what do you have to do to become a member of the Garden Club?
Have some knowledge of gardening and want to work, because we are a working garden club. That's about it. There really are no requirements other than your love of gardening and wanting to reach out and work at gardens.
And contribute to the town.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
So I believe you told me previously that you can contact, I'm gonna actually have some contact information displayed on the screen at the end of the show with the name of the member who handles new members coming in, with an email address, so folks could email in and express their interest in joining. And then would they be invited to a meeting? And
yes, they would come to a meeting. They would see what we're all about, see if they like the people that they're going to be associating with, and then the executive board would vote them in, and they would come to the following meeting, and be accepted and be presented with a rose.
Oh, that's great. I like that. And so this is open to all ages.
Yes.
You certainly don't need any special training or degree in horticulture
No.
or anything.
No.
Just a love of nature, a love of gardening and flowers, and a willingness to help your town. So
Oh,
I think
yes.
that's fabulous. You said it was formed in 1954, so last year must have been a big year. Your 70th.
Yes, we had a celebration, a luncheon, and it was attended by the president of the Federated Garden Clubs and Mike Frieda and some members from the Public Works Department. And we honored Lois Stover, our founding member.
Wow, that's great. I'm sure Mr. Frieda was thrilled
He was.
to be there because he often talks about how, when we're having events on the green, how nice it looks. And I know that you guys, we'll get into talking more about specific places that you have gardens in a moment, but I am sure Mr. Frieda was thrilled to honor your organization.
Yes, he was. He gave us a proclamation, and he gave Lois Stover a citation.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So tell me about some recent projects that you've been doing on the Garden Club.
We just planted all the pots and areas in town with all the annual flowers that we do every season. And we started one new garden.
Great.
And it's a project. Thank goodness the Public Works helps us when we do these gardens. This was a Jan Tracy Memorial Garden in honor of Jan, who's been a member for many years.
Okay, and so you have a memorial garden for Jan Tracy,
Yes.
and where is that?
There's an island on Rock Road and Monowese, and it's at the bottom of that
Where that triangle
triangle.
is?
Yes,
Okay.
the bottom of that triangle.
And so it's a memorial garden. So she was a longtime member
Yes.
who passed away.
Yes.
Okay. And you told me that her grandson wanted
To do something in her honor for her membership in the garden club. So they donated money for this garden.
That's
And
great. And how about, you had told me that you had to make some major changes in the center of town on Broadway. There's islands there near the firehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I always remember seeing great plantings there and some seasonal decorations like at Christmas time.
Yes.
What happened there?
Oh, the girls worked very hard on that island, but with the trucks coming through because of all the traffic and our new fire truck, they couldn't make the turn.
Okay.
So the island is going to be removed. So we had to remove all the plants and bring them up to the island on Rock Road in Monowese. So everything that was in that garden has been moved up to that garden. That was another chore.
That was
Done last year.
Oh wow, that must have been a big chore.
Oh,
And those
definitely.
were perennials in there.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes. And bushes and you name it.
Yeah, it was always really nice to see.
Yes.
I mean, you're at the light, you're coming into the center of town. I grew up on St. John Street, so I'm very familiar there. And it was always so nice to, when you're at the red light, to look out and see all sorts of different decorations, especially at Christmas time. But that's going to be going because of the trucks.
Yes.
And so you moved all of that, you said, to another location.
That was the Dolly Shagnon Memorial Garden. And that's moved up on top of the hill.
Closer to Monowese School.
Yes. It's a beautiful site. You have to stop and see it.
Okay, I will. I think I saw something in the paper about it.
Yes.
I knew Dolly Shagnon, and her husband was my softball coach
Phil.
for many years. And so she was a longtime member as well?
Oh, yes, and she was past president.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
So that's really nice that you can honor longtime members with these memorial gardens. I'm sure that it means a lot to the organization to honor folks that gave so much. So you mentioned Public Works, because some of the locations of your plantings and pots could be a little dangerous to water, and if they're in roads. So they help out with that.
They do help out. They have a huge water truck, and they do water, I think, 3 times a week now on those gardens, but we have to do the rest.
Okay.
We carry gallons and jugs of water and water the pots and the gardens.
Okay. And you had mentioned that at your 70th anniversary luncheon, you had the president of the Federated
Garden Clubs of
so
Connecticut.
there is another statewide organization.
Yes.
Do you participate in that?
Oh, yes, I do. Right now, I'm a member of the Federated Garden. Well, we all are members, but I'm on the board of the Federated Garden Clubs. I am the legislative action chair, and that's mostly dealing with environmental issues. And you get to hear what's going on in all the other clubs and what their concerns are, and we could really work things out having all the board together.
And I assume that is a great way to share experiences
Yes.
and share ideas, what
Yes.
works, what doesn't work,
Yes.
the challenges of different ideas. So that's great. And to have, so you're the president here in North Haven, and you have this very important position. So you must be busy,
Very.
very busy. Now, as far as the future or ongoing responsibilities, I think it must be, especially this time of year, constant maintenance, weeding.
Weeding and watering is our main function right now.
Now, what sort of how many gardens do you have throughout town, and how many pots and planters?
I'm going to give a rough estimate.
That's okay.
We have about, I would say, 25 gardens and 28 to 30 pots and planters that we care for. So
Okay.
that's a lot of work.
It certainly sounds like a lot of work. So hopefully this broadcast might help inspire other people to join and help out and help make North Haven even more beautiful.
I hope so.
Now, do you try to have a balance between annuals and perennials and pollinators? Who decides that, and how does that go?
We try to get mostly natives and pollinator plants in all our gardens. We have Cindy Golia, who's our civic chair, and she does a lot of the picking out of the plants that go into all the different gardens and pots.
Okay. And now, as far as funding for this, you must have membership dues within
We have
your
membership
organization.
dues. They're $26 a year.
Wow,
That's
that's
it.
that's reasonable.
And we have fundraisers. We have our birdseed wreath is our main fundraiser, and our May market, whether we sell members perennials and we sell annuals.
and the bird feeder is
Birdseed
what
wreath.
birdseed wreaths and ornaments. That sounds like a fall activity to me.
We sell them October through December. Members make the wreaths. We sell them online on our Facebook page, and we also sell them at fairs, different fairs like St. Teresa's Fair or whatever.
Okay, that St. Teresa's is coming
Yes.
up soon. Well, great. So again, at the end of the show, there'll be a display on the screen with the Facebook page, so people can go there if they want to donate. I've seen the wreaths, and I've been given one before. So they're fantastic. I know there are a lot of dedicated bird people in North Haven because there's always lots of people buying birdseed when I go to buy birdseed at what was Agway. So if anyone wants to help this great organization and you love birds, this would be a perfect way to contribute. So tell me about some of the locations of your gardens that so that people could maybe notice them a little bit more. where you
the
have
green, and then we have the property town hall. We do plantings at Martha Culver. We have another garden at Montawees and Fitch. The senior center that you mentioned. The post office, we have 2 window boxes that we decorate. Trying to think of where else. The Historical Society, we do all the plantings around there, plus the Colonial Garden in the back. On the side of that, we have the Lois Stover Pollinator Garden. We do all the front gardens of the North Haven Library.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a lot.
Oh, yes.
Now, explain to folks who are listening that might not be familiar with gardening, what pollinator plants versus not pollinator plants.
They attract mostly bees, butterflies, and other little insects that pollinate.
Right. Well, you mentioned that you're involved in environmental issues
Yes.
on the Federation. So, again, the pollinators are very environmentally friendly
Yes.
plants. We have to. Everybody loves butterflies, and bees are so important in our ecosystem. So we have to. It's great that you provide gardens that are dedicated to pollinators.
Every one of our pollinator gardens has a sign noting that they are a pollinator garden.
Okay, that's great. And you had mentioned the green. Now that's right across from Town Hall.
Yes.
By the blue. I call it the blue sign.
Yes.
Every town has a blue
Yes.
sign that talks about the history of the town, and there's a lot of plantings in that area. So that's what
We
you mean.
maintain that, yes.
So you maintain that.
Yeah.
And how about anything on Town Hall property proper itself?
On the side of Town Hall and the front of Town Hall.
Okay.
And the pots, there's 2 flower pots on the side of the stairs. We maintain those. We maintain flower pots in front of the firehouse also.
Oh, great. Now, again, I mentioned, I grew up here in town, and I remember Todd's Pond, which is, on Maple Avenue, where Bailey comes in. And when I was a kid, there was no fountain in the pond, and there was not much going on there. We actually used to ice skate there. I don't think it was as deep
No.
as it is now. But over the years, I have seen Todd's Pond just transform, with that little bridge, and there's some great plantings there. So
Yes,
are
on
you
the
guys
side of
in
Todd's
that?
Pond. Yes.
Okay.
That's Cindy Golia's baby. She takes care of that garden
If
by
I
herself.
and if I remember correctly, right next to Todd's Pond, there was a house on Maple that was kind of a flower shop.
Gertrude Miller was in the back.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's if you needed flowers in a hurry for
That's
your
where you
mom on
went.
Mother's Day, and you didn't know where else to go. I don't think people realize that there used to be a flower shop
Yes.
right there,
Yes.
and next to Todd's Pond. And how about anything at any of the schools? Do you have any gardens at any of the schools?
Yes, we have one at the, there's the children's area at the high school, like a nursery school area, and there's a garden planted there.
Okay. And anything at Ridge Road?
Ridge Road, we have a sand Kathy Brandt Memorial Garden. She was a teacher at Ridge Road School, and that's maintained by our garden club.
Okay. Where?
It's at Ridge Road
Because there's
School.
two entrances to Ridge Road. One from
If you get is it Hartford Turnpike? I think.
there's a Hartford Turnpike is like a longer entrance, and the Ridge Road is by the firehouse. So there's
Yeah, no, it's Hartford Turnpike,
okay.
and it's right off the road near the children's playground.
Oh, okay.
So anybody could stop and see that garden.
So that is a memorial garden to Kathy Brandt.
Brandt, yes.
You keep mentioning these names. I have to say, Kathy Brandt was my third grade teacher at Center School. You know the rec center used to be an elementary school called Center School, and I had Mrs. Brandt when she was Miss Diglio, and it was her first year teaching. So I kept in touch with her for many, many years after. And there's no, she was just a fantastic teacher, so very deserving of that memorial garden. So I hope people will check it out. Do you do any outreach in other communities or area, outside of North Haven? Do you have any activities outside North Haven?
We go to hospice once a month and make flower arrangements and give them to the patients there. And we decorate hospice. I think there's 3 trees there that we decorate for Christmas. And we also decorate the tree and decorations at the Children's Hospital in New Haven, Ronald McDonald House.
Now, the hospice that you go to once a month, that's the one in Brantford?
Brantford, yes, it is.
Okay, because there's several.
Yeah, in Brantford.
I think that's fantastic because, certainly at, flowers have a positive impact on people, and it cheers them up. And,
yes.
And I think it's great that you have that regular relationship with hospice and with Ronald McDonald, so that the very talented members of your organization can share their skills and help make people happy. And not only in North Haven with all these fantastic gardens, but outside of North Haven. And I have to mention what you do in the fall, because I've been involved in that. The scarecrow contest and the pumpkin carving contest, which I've been a judge for 2 years. That's where I got my free birdseed wreath as a thank you for being. So are you going to be doing that again this year?
Yes, we will. This year it's the Enchanted Forest.
Okay.
So there'll be fairies and ghosts and goblins there. And everybody is encouraged to make a scarecrow. We will have our own scarecrows. We will have a costume parade, besides people making scarecrows and being judged. And we will also have the pumpkin contest, and ACES does provide a lot of the pumpkins there,
right,
to be judged. And then this year, something new, where you are going to have a dog contest, having dogs in costume.
Well,
so.
that is going to be great, because I go door to door a lot campaigning in this town over many, many years, and people love dogs. There's a lot of dog owners in town. I think that's a great idea. Who came up with that idea? That's fantastic.
Marge Quinn, one of our members. Last year we had a lady come to the scarecrow contest, and she had a bunny in a cage that she wheeled around. That bunny attracted so much attention that we said we have to do something with animals. So we kept it limited to just dogs.
Well, the dog costume party might really catch on and overtake the scarecrow and the pumpkin carving. That sounds great. So something to look forward to in the fall. And what about, I would think your organization might be involved in Earth Day every April, maybe?
We do. We plant a tree every Earth Day. Yes.
Where do you normally plant the tree?
We try to plant them in parks. We ask the Public Works where they are in need of a tree, and that's where we go. And
That's
thank goodness they dig the holes for us.
okay.
We're able to plant.
That's fantastic. I have to ask you something about the bicycles. I remember I don't see them anymore, but I remember when the bicycles first came out, and I noticed them at different intersections. There was one by Todd's Pond. There was one at Elm and Broadway.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, what's this? But then I started to really like them. Where did that idea come from?
I came up with the idea because I did see it in a couple of other towns. And I thought it was a great idea. And we did it for a couple of years. And then we were getting complaints that there were too many bikes and people were getting tired of it. So we took them all down, and that was the end of our bike display.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. I thought they were interesting because they had baskets, and those were.
We enjoyed doing it. We changed the arrangements every season. I don't know.
Okay.
Can't please everyone.
No. Well, do you ever get any comments while you're working?
Definitely while we're working. People stop their cars and thank us. Even truck drivers will say, beautiful, beautiful, as they're driving by. And they thank us for doing what we do.
Well, we're almost out of time.
Okay.
So that must be very rewarding when you're out there
Definitely.
working hard, and folks will thank you for it. And really, I thank you and your organization.
Thank you.
I love seeing what you do. I'm going to have to pay more attention to other locations that I've learned about since meeting with you. But I just think it's a fantastic organization. It's open to all ages. So again, very soon you're going to see a display at the end of the show with their Facebook page and with their email address. So if you like gardening, if you want to help North Haven, if you want to work with this wonderful president, Jerry Giordano, and her dedicated workers determined to make North Haven a beautiful place, please consider contacting the North Haven Garden Club and joining and helping them out. And certainly, please consider participating in their fundraisers. Again, thank you for coming here.
Thank you for
I was
having
so
me.
excited to learn more about this organization. So that's it for this episode of Speaking Freely with Sally. And we'll see you again soon. Join the Garden Club. Thank you.